Hello, warm greetings from me, and I hope all of you are fine. You are doing good. You are sitting in your home. I think you are reading your textbooks, new books. You are learning, and I'm hopefully trusting you that you are utilizing your time in at home really productively. Okay, and I hope you remember everything that we came across in the last class, even though I will just give a small overview of what happened in the last class. And so what were we discussing about in the last class? We were discussing about Shakespeare, Shakespearean plays, Shakespearean romantic comedies, and our play was Merchant of Venice, the most important example of romantic comedy play of Shakespeare. And we went through some points, some features of Merchant of Venice. It's a 16th century play, it's an old play, it's a romantic comedy. It's believed to be written between 1596 and 1599. And the most important thing is we went through the characters, the most important characters. As I already told you, Shakespearean play consists of many characters, and even in Merchant of Venice there are many characters, but I just pointed out 7 characters which are the lead characters of Merchant of Venice. Let's go through that characters. They were first one was Antonio, the protagonist of the protagonist of the play Merchant of Venice. Then Bassanio is Antonio's closest friend. And then comes Gratiano, friend of Bassanio and Antonio. And then Lorenzo, friend of Antonio and Bassanio itself. Then about Portia, as you all know, who is Portia? Portia is a wealthy heiress from Belmont. She is actually waiting for her suitor, and she have a liking towards Bassanio, and later they get married and she becomes a wife of Bassanio. So that's the first couple, Bassanio and Portia. Then comes Nerissa. Nerissa is the handmaid, the friend of Portia. And Portia and Nerissa are good friends. They share all kind of emotions together. And Nerissa have a liking towards Bassanio's friend Gratiano. And then comes Shylock. Shylock is the most important character, as same as Antonio, because Shylock is the anti-hero of the novel. So, really sorry, I'm repeating the same error, I'm sorry. Actually, Shylock is the anti-hero of the play Merchant of Venice. And then comes Jessica. Jessica is the daughter of Shylock, the moneylender. And Jessica is a very good, kind-hearted person, and she have a liking towards Lorenzo, friend of Bassanio, and they elopes in between the play. So these all are the characters. So today what I am going to do in our classes, I am going to give you a small brief summary or small brief plot overview of Act 1 and Act 2. In 9th standard in this year, you have only Act 1 and Act 2. Act 3, from Act 3 you will be having the 10th standard. So I will be giving the plot overview of for Act 1 and Act 2. Okay. Why I am doing this is, if you are in graduation and all, I will not have done this, because I will not have given you the plot summary. I will suggest you to read the text, but we will read the text later, because actually Shakespeare's language is the Old English, and he is using Old English in this textbook, and it will be really tough to read. So if we have an idea of the summary, what is happening in these two acts, it will be really easy for us to when we go through the text. We will, after this class, after the plot summary, from the very next class onwards, we will go through sentence by sentence reading of our textbook. Okay, so today I am going to give a brief summary on the Merchant of Venice, the two acts of Merchant of Venice, Act number 1 and Act 2. Okay. So let's go into the story of Merchant of Venice. So as we know, the story is totally set in the backdrop of Venice, the country of trade, and the first character, the first thing itself that comes in our the first scene of the novel, of the play, is actually of Antonio. Antonio is the first character. Okay. Antonio, when the act 1 starts, Antonio is really gloomy. Antonio is a merchant in Venice. He is a businessman. He is a merchant in Venice. Antonio is in an unknown sadness. When the play starts, actually Antonio is an unknown sadness. He has some kind of sorrow. He has some kind of pain inside him, but he is not able to find it. We have such times, right? I actually have an evening sickness, like when it is the time of sunset, after the sunset, when the light is fading and the darkness is coming over, I have a sickness. I become really gloomy. I don't know why that's happening, but that atmosphere makes me gloomy. I can't find out the reasons why I am gloomy at that time. Likewise, each person will be having different reasons. Sometimes we will be able to recognize the reason. I'm sad because of this. But sometimes there will be instances that we cannot find the reason for our uneasiness or our sorrows. So, Antonio is actually in such a condition. He is not able to figure out why he is this much sad. So he shared that with 2 of his friends, and they started discussing about this. 3 of them are discussing about the sadness. So they are asking Antonio that you will be really in pain because you will be much more tensed about your business. Your money invested in all business, and you will be thinking about that. Will it get back? Will I get profit, or will I lose all this? So that may be the reason you are sad, 2 of the friends are saying. And Antonio says that no, I don't have any such tensions and all, but I don't know why I am this much gloomy. I feel myself as a character who is playing the saddest character of a play. I'm feeling because Antonio is comparing himself to a sad character of some play. He communicates like that to his friends, and then they consider, okay, if business is not the problem, then love may be the reason. If you are in love with someone, you will be tensed about that, or you will be pondering about that girl and all, and they are asking whether you are in love now, or maybe that's the reason. And Antonio refuses that too. I'm not having any such kind of things, but I don't know the reason, and they are thinking about that. At that time, what happens is Bassanio comes. Bassanio is one of the closest friend of Antonio, and they started talking. They are really happy to meet, and they start talking. So Bassanio is having a liking towards Portia. Who is Portia? Portia is as we analyzed in the character list, Portia is a rich heiress from Belmont. She is a wealthy girl, and Antonio really loved her, and he wanted to marry her. So, Bassanio is in love with Portia, and she wants to marry her. So Bassanio is discussing this thing with Antonio. I'm in really love with Portia. I want to marry her, and I'm thinking about that. And Antonio is he is really happy to hear about the relationship of Bassanio and Antonio. They talk about the love between Bassanio and Portia, and what happened. Bassanio had the problem is now Portia is going to get married. Her father died, and now there is no hire, there is no man to live with her, and it's a time that she is going to marry someone. So Bassanio says that she is a very wealthy woman, and I can only marry her if I have some wealth in my hand. So Bassanio is asking for some money. Bassanio, and he says that, Antonio, I know that I had already borrowed money from you. I am very much aware of that. But if you can borrow some more money, if you can borrow some more loan for me, I will marry Portia and I will repay all these debts. Antonio really loves to help Bassanio. He really wants to watch Bassanio and Portia getting married, but what to do? Antonio's all wealth, all money he is having is now deposited, now invested in his business. So Antonio says that, look Bassanio, all my money is now invested in different businesses. So I don't have any liquid money with me now, but I am ensuring you that I will find some money lenders and I will stand myself as the guarantee to borrow money. You take that money and marry Portia and we will solve all these things. So they are really happy and they are setting a plan like, let's go to a money lender and collect the money, and Antonio will stand as the guarantee. So and now let's see. So this is what is happening in Venice between Antonio and Bassanio. Now let's see what is happening in Belmont at Portia's place. That's the time of, as we told earlier, it's the time of Portia's marriage selection. His father passed away. Her father passed away. So he had wrote like there is a test. There is a test on the person who will come and pass the test will only be able to marry Portia. The test is like there will be three chests. There will be three chests of gold, silver and lead. Inside any one of this, there will be a beautiful portrait of Portia. There will be a picture of Portia. The person the suitor who is maybe a prince, a wealthy person or anyone who is coming here, and they should select one from these three, the gold, silver and lead chest. They should select one from these three, and if the person is taking the gold, then if Portia's picture is there inside the gold, then he is able to marry her. Many persons are coming, should select one, each have her portrait inside it. Many suitors come, never took this, but everyone was afraid. If they took gold and if it is the wrong one, there is many after effects for that, there is many punishments for that. So they are really brooding, they are thinking, okay, then let me do it next time. If it is wrong, I will miss this chance. So many persons, even Bassanio went there, saw these three, and he thought about, okay, let me take more time, and he went back. Like many persons are coming, many suitors are coming, and they are going back without attempting this thing. And Portia is really sad. Portia is discussing this sadness with Nerissa, her maid, because she don't like any of the suitors who are coming. So she is praying like, if anyone is attempting, let it be the wrong thing. She don't want to marry all these suitors, because once Bassanio came and looked all these things and he went back. At that time itself, Portia and Bassanio met, and she is having a kind of liking towards Bassanio. So she is waiting for Bassanio to come back and select the correct one. Both of them are having a liking, and Nerissa know that. Portia is sharing that with Nerissa. Look, Nerissa, that person that came at that time, I really loved him, and I had a connection towards him. So if he is coming back and taking the right one, I will be really happy. All the other suitors are really dumbheads. She is finding one or another mistake in every one of them. She don't like any of them taking the right one. She is waiting for Bassanio actually. So that is happening in Belmont. And coming back to Venice, Antonio and Bassanio is now going to lend money from someone. So they are searching for a money lender from whom they can lend some money, and they find out Shylock. Shylock is a Jew person. She is the most miser. He is very cunning, crooked person. She is really miser. So Bassanio and Antonio go to Shylock. He is the anti-hero of this play, and Shylock is already having a dislike towards Antonio. He don't like Antonio because Antonio is a person with good mind, good heart and kind-hearted person. He is having all kind of virtue inside him. So he is against all the money lenders who is lending money for high interest. We have such news like that, right? There will be money lenders who will be lending money for high interest, and whoever is buying money from these person will be in a eternal debt. Their debt will never be closed because interest is that much high. So Antonio was fighting against all these things, and whenever he is having money, he will lend money to all people without any interest. So Shylock was having dislike for two reasons. The first reason is he is fighting against high interest and money lenders, and the second reason is he is lending money without interest, so that is affecting Shylock's business. So Shylock is having a dislike, a rivalry towards him. And what happened? He acts like Shylock acts like he is agreed to the condition. So what happens is Shylock and Antonio and Bassanio sits and they have a conversation. What Bassanio needs is 1,000 decades, 3,000 decades, 3,000 decades. So Bassanio needs 3,000 decades, and Antonio is going to Shylock, and he is saying that I will stand as the guarantee. All my wells, all my ships will be standing as the guarantee. You please lend the money to Bassanio without interest. You should not charge interest. I will stand as the guarantee, and we will repay that money in the correct time. So you need not to charge high interest. Just leave the interest. We will repay it in the correct time. So as Shylock is having already a rivalry, his crooked mind is working, and he is thinking like, what kind of what can I do now? Because I have Antonio in my hands now. I can handle him. If I handle him clearly now, that threat, that rivalry will be over, and I can look Antonio from this area, put out him, and I can run my business well. So I should do something tricky to what should I say, to bond this Antonio. He is thinking like that, and finally he come to a decision. He take a decision, and he says an agreement. They come to an agreement. Shylock acts like he is okay with all this, and Shylock says, okay, I will lend money, I will lend 3,000 money in guarantee of Antonio, but there will be a clause, I am going to write down. The clause is really strange and exciting. Do you want to know, do you have any idea that what will be the clause that what will be the demand that Shylock is going to write in that agreement? What will be that? Just think. Do you have any idea? I will say you. And the clause was that if the money is not repaid on time, Shylock will take a pound of the flesh of Antonio. A pound of the flesh of Antonio. That was really a strange, a crooked and inhumane condition, isn't it? Just think, if you are lending money from some person, and he is saying that, okay, I will give you the money with no interest, but if you are not repaying it, what will I do is I will cut off your flesh. Is that okay? But what to do? Bassanio is in such a condition, even though Bassanio even though Bassanio warns Antonio, don't do this, because Shylock is really tricky, he is really crooked, he is planning something in this. Even if I am not getting the money, it's okay, we will find another way, we will find another money lender, don't do this, you will be really trapped. But Antonio is a very kind-hearted person, and he is very much attached to Bassanio. He loves Bassanio very much, and he clearly know the situation of Bassanio, that the money is very much emergency, it's urgent, because he want to go to Belmont and marry Portia. So out of the love towards Bassanio, despite Bassanio's warning, denying and refusing all the warnings of Bassanio, Antonio go and agree with this condition of Shylock. What was the condition? Just tell me. What was the condition? The condition was, the clause was, I will give you 3,000 decades, but if Bassanio is not repaying that amount in the very correct time as cited in the agreement, the friend who is the guarantee who had stood as the guarantee of this money of the Shylock, and told Shylock will cut the flesh off, a pound of the flesh of Antonio. And so that was the agreement. They come into an agreement, they signs the agreement, and what happened? Shylock gives 3,000 ducats to Bassanio in the guarantee of whom? In the guarantee of Antonio, the protagonist. Okay. Meanwhile, something else is happening there. Do you know what is happening there? Something else is happening there, because when Antonio and Bassanio go to collect money from Shylock, his friend Lorenzo was there with them, and at that time Shylock had a daughter. Her name is Jessica. As we told in the last classes, in many stories we have seen such cases, isn't it? Because the father will be really cruel, or their mother or the parents will be really the cruel person. But what happens? The daughter or the son will be really embodiment of virtue. That's a kind of balancing happening. So that was happening in Shylock's life. Shylock was a really crooked and a cruel person, but Jessica was a very beautiful lady with a very beautiful mind, very beautiful heart, very kind heart. She is a very good lady. So what happens? Jessica and Lorenzo starts bringing up a relationship. They starts having a liking in between them. They started loving in between. And what happens? Jessica is actually in love with Lorenzo, and she is pretty sure that his father is not allowing her to marry this Lorenzo, because he needs some wealthy person. He may be marrying off her to some money lenders, some young money lenders and all. She don't want such life. All she wants is a peaceful, beautiful life with Lorenzo. So what happens? One night, this Lorenzo and Jessica elopes. They ran off. They are in love. They meet and they ran off without the knowledge of Shylock. Realizing that Shylock is in a real shock, and they ran off. And what happens? Antonio, Bassanio, Lorenzo, Jessica and their friends are celebrating for one night. They are celebrating the wedding of Bassanio, and they are really celebrating the wedding of Bassanio and they are celebrating the wedding of Lorenzo and Jessica. And after that marriage, they are planning. Who are planning? Bassanio and Gratiano. Bassanio and Gratiano is planning to leave to Belmont to wed Portia, to meet Portia. So what all things are happening in that night? It's a night that Lorenzo, in that very day, what all things happened? Antonio and Bassanio went to Shylock. They talked and they made an agreement to lend 3,000 ducats to Bassanio in the guarantee of Antonio. And Shylock wrote a strange kind of agreement, and a strange kind of clause in the agreement. It was like, if Bassanio was not repaying that money at the correct time, what happens? Antonio's flesh will be owned by 1 pound of flesh will be owned by who? Shylock. And Shylock's daughter Jessica and Lorenzo, friend of Antonio and Bassanio, starts loving, and they elopes without the knowledge of Shylock, and they are really celebrating that night of marriage with Antonio, Bassanio, Gratiano and other friends. In the very next day, what happens is Bassanio and Gratiano is now preparing to leave to Belmont to wed whom? To wed Portia. He is going to attempt that test of taking that correct chest inside which the Portia's beautiful portrait is there, and he is pretty sure that he is having good love, he is having honest love towards Portia, and so he is sure that he will go and win that, even if it's a luck thing. It is luck thing, isn't it? there are many kind of competitions to marry a princess, but this is a strange one because usually it will be like fights, it will be some kind of competitions and all, but this is completely a luck game because there is through chest and gold, silver and lead. In one of them her portrait is done, so we should guess, okay fine, it is there in this and we should take it. If it is correct, we can marry Portia, otherwise we will be punished. So nobody is attempting, many one are going there but only few are attempting and they are failing. So Bassanio and Graciano is going there to Belmont and they want to meet Portia and to take part in this wedding, in this test. So that's happening. So this is till Act 2. Till Act 2 this is happening. You understood? After that, what is happening in Belmont, what will happen to Antonio, what will happen to Shylock, what all things are coming up is in the Act 3 and you will be going through that in the next year. So if you are a very aspirant person who want to know about this, I am such an aspirant person, because if I am getting a small piece of a story and if it's in a very critical condition, I will be really craving to read the balanced thing. So if you want to enjoy the real pleasure of reading, just read the whole play. Okay, read the whole play in one straight time and read, and you can learn it, learn things in the next class. Sorry, in the next year too. But otherwise, you can what you have for examination, what you have for this year is actually till Act 2, and I was discussing about that plot overview. Okay. So I hope you are very much clear about this and what all things we said. We had some couples, we have friends. Antonio and Bassanio are friends. They are Bassanio want to marry Portia. So Antonio stood as the guarantee with Bassanio to Shylock to lend money 3,000 ducats, and Portia is waiting for Bassanio. She is having a liking towards Bassanio, and Shylock's daughter Jessica had now eloped with Lorenzo, friend of Antonio and Bassanio. So these are the things that is happening in the play till Act 2. You have only till Act 2 to learn. Okay. So in the last class, I asked you to write about the romantic comedies, right? Romantic comedies. I hope all of you will submit it as early as possible. I want it before the next class. And today I am giving you another work. I am giving you a small work to write character sketch. I am asking you to write character sketch, 2 character sketches. You will be having limited knowledge, but because we had reached till Act 2, only till Act 2, so you will not be wholly clear about that character, even though I am asking you to write about 2 characters. As you know, okay, till Act 2, what you understood about these characters, what is your assumptions, what is your understandings about these 2 characters. Okay, so the 2 characters are Antonio and Shylock. Antonio, so your today's homework is write 2 character sketch of the characters Antonio and Shylock. I hope you are really clear about the work, about the homework. You have 1 homework of writing character sketch of 2 persons, 2 characters in Merchant of Venice. Which are the 2 characters? Antonio the protagonist and Shylock the antagonist, Shylock the villain, the antihero. Okay. So this is all about today's class. We came across the characters, we came across Shakespeare, we came across the introduction to Merchant of Venice, and we are completed with the plot summary. Now from next class onwards, we are moving into the real text. we are moving, we are going to read the text, each and every line, and we are going into that world of Shakespearean play. So I hope all of you will be really thrilled and really happy. I hope so. If you are not happy, you should be, because it's a very good experience. It will be a very good experience to read through Shakespeare plays. Okay. So thank you so much. I am wishing you a very warm day, a very happy day. Use your time productively. Be happy always. Thank you. Thank you so much. Keep the spirits. Bye. See you in the next class.